This is one of the things that I love about progressive rock music is the artists on here don't know when to stop, you know? Like they're just churning out music left, right, and center. And every time you wonder, I haven't heard from this artist in about a year or so, they'll drop a new album or a new project. So let's dive in. Exotic Creatures and a Stolen Dream from Sunchild. So, Sunchild is another side project from the Ukrainian multi-musician or multi-instrumentalist musician of Anthony Kalusian. Anthony has done things under his own name, as well as Carfagan and Hogwash. He's put out some of my favorite kind of like retro prog in the past little bit, especially within Carfagan as well as his own solo work. I still need to get into Hogwash. I haven't actually listened to anything from them. It's the same kind of sound that you would expect from Anthony at this point, lots of soaring soundscapes within a retro prog outfit, long stretches of music with some beautiful build-ups. The only thing is I always feel as though there's a lot of meandering, and there's not a whole lot of touchstones. There's not a whole lot of perch on the musical landscape. It just kind of keeps shifting and keeps changing. And if you're into that kind of stuff, then you probably already know about this and really, really love it. So yeah, this is the first one back since 2018's Message from Afar, The Division and Illusion of Time, from Sunchild. And I believe Carfagan even put out an album fairly recently. Like I feel like they put out one earlier last year, Land of Green and Gold. And then of course Anthony put out his Rebirth album last year, which was fine. It was fine. I'm kind of like going around the bush in this case, and I want to talk about Exotic Creatures and a Stolen Dream. And this one was interesting because, as I mentioned before, it does follow suit and does follow the template that a lot of Anthony's work has been done in the past. There's two big tracks, Lifelines at 26 minutes and Northern Skies at 14 minutes and 14 seconds. I was a little taken back that the two tracks weren't Exotic Creatures and a Stolen Dream, as he's done with a lot of his other works. But yeah, no, that's not what's found on here. And what I really do appreciate is that these two tracks really do kind of blend and bleed together to create 40 minutes and 40 seconds of music, rather than two separate pieces. They kind of all blend towards one goal. There really isn't any like sowing of seeds in this track. And what I kind of mean by that is like, there's nothing really that's plunked down at the beginning of the track that then is later on revised. And for something that has a runtime of this, I'm really excited about that kind of stuff. How they play with themes, how they change it slightly or update it or change anything about it. It really is just a continuous stream of music without really coming back to anything. And I mean, it's fine. You don't necessarily need to do that, but it does create a little bit of a journey without any touchstones, a journey without any landmarkers for you to kind of remember upon coming back or to recognize during your initial couple of spins. Now, that being said, Lifelines and Northern Skies are still a brilliant and beautiful piece of music. I really do enjoy the whole journey that we go on. It's just I wish that we had a little bit more of those touchstones found within it. Now, there are, about 4 bonus tracks, Timeless Motion Reprised, Northern Lights, Northern Skies Single Edition, and Lifeline Single Edition. So kind of like Northern Skies and Lifelines in single editions. And they're fine. I feel like they're just kind of added on at the end, very similar but different. I really, really enjoyed my time, and I've really been enraptured. And whenever I'm looking for something just really chill, very soothing to put on that has, quite a bit of a challenge within it, but not so challenging that it takes me out of whatever I'm doing, I do like to put this on. If I'm looking for other things to kind of wish I had a little bit more of, it never really strays too far from the mean, there's no standard deviation that's too far out from either side. I wish that there was just a little bit more variations and variety on this, but as it is, it's still, 40 minutes and 40 seconds of really, really good retro prog. So yeah, Yeah, I mean, in the end, anything that Anthony is touching at this point is turning out very, very well. The worst that I've had so far from Anthony is enjoyable, forgettable music. And luckily, this one has enough on it that I want to kind of return to, but maybe not with the same gusto that I have with some of his other projects. So for this one, I will say that Exotic Creatures and Stolen Dreams by Sunchild is still one that I would download. You know, there's enough for me to come back to, but as I mentioned, I don't think I'm going to be spinning this one quite as regularly as I have with his other projects. So, yeah, that's what I've got for Sunchild from, or I guess that's what I have for Exotic Creatures and A Stolen Dream from Sunchild. What did you guys think about this album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Whatever you thought, please let me know by commenting down below. And yeah, I guess look out for that new Carfagan album of Birds, Passage to the Forest of Mysteries. I'm actually really excited about that. I didn't realize that he was putting that one out. That's pretty exciting. Cool. Anyway, what did you guys think about this Starchild album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Whatever you thought, please let me know by commenting down below. And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.